est ouverte. Please be seated. Veuillez vous asseoir.
Est maintenant ouverte. Je souhaite la...
Good morning. I would like to welcome everyone inside and outside of the courtroom. Now, before we start with today's initial appearance.
All right, information coming to us, as the case of Nnamdi Kanu is currently ongoing, is that the Kenyan government, for the second time, because they've actually dragged Nigerian government to ICC, and I think the case was actually pushed aside because of the fact that the Nigerian government failed, to come through during the case. But now the information coming to us is that President Ruto has challenged Nigeria before international court, freezes billions in assets, and declares, you kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, return him to Kenya or face the world court. That is a huge step that the Kenya government have taken in securing the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Remember that the Nigerian government claimed that they arrested Nnamdi Kanu, in quote, arrested, in quote, Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. Now Kenya has come out on different occasions to default that, or to deny that Nnamdi Kanu was actually arrested. They clarified that Nnamdi Kanu was abducted, so he was kidnapped. First of all, the case of Nnamdi Kanu should not be holding currently, because how can you be trying a man that was actually kidnapped? Let us start with that. And that is why Nnamdi Kanu in court today clarified, to Justice Omotosho, that I cannot go into this case. I'll be dropping a video of Nnamdi Kanu's court case where he clarified he has dropped the list of the 23 man that he called that as witnesses, saying that he has no jurisdiction whatsoever, or that the zoo government has no right whatsoever, to try him, first of all, because their law does not accept them trying him. A man who was kidnapped or abducted is the same person you want to try. Now, in the issue of the Kenyan court going to ICC, President William Ruto has reportedly taken a firm stance against Nigeria over the unlawful detention of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB. According to emerging report, President Ruto has brought Nigeria before the International Criminal Court, accusing the West African country of violating international law by abducting Kanu from Kenya in 2021. Now, the Kenyan leader is also said to have imposed a travel ban on Nigeria entering Kenya and frozen assets worth billions of dollars owned by Nigerians in the country, a move aimed at pressurizing Abuja to release Kanu immediately. We are not afraid of Nigeria if justice requires war. We are ready. You cannot invade our land, kidnap a man and call it justice, President William Ruto was quoted as saying. Now, it has entered a critical issue, and it is high time that the Nigerian government does the right thing concerning Nnamdi Kanu, because you cannot continue to hold a man who did not commit any crime unjustly. It's as simple as that. So you must understand the stance of President William Ruto, in clarifying their own country that they are not part of this whole shenanigan called court trial. First of all, Nnamdi Kanu was abducted in Kenya. So the whole abduction process exonerates Kenya. The abduction process exonerates Kenya totally from the whole issue of the shenanigan happening concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the first thing first. Now, secondly, which is very, very important, and basically is something that we've not actually spoken about, is still on the issue of the Kenyan court actually ruled in favor of Nnamdi Kanu. Remember, when the Kenya court ruled in favor of Nnamdi Kanu, in Kenya, where justice actually prevailed for the first time internationally in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and clarified both the Kenya government and the Zoo government to, settle Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and give him the necessary compensation because he was treated unjustly. Now, Kenya have come out to do the right thing, to exonerate themselves from the whole case, telling the world that, we have nothing against this man because he is an innocent man. It was the Nigerian government who came to our country to kidnap this man. The Kenyan government had called the Nigerian government, bring back Nnamdi Kanu back to where you saw him. That is our country. He entered Kenya legally. You adopted him from Kenya, claiming that he was wanted, and you took him away. Kenya don't commode themselves from this whole mess. You should understand that they've actually exonerated themselves totally from this whole issue. Now, Nigeria is standing alone on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and you all saw what is happening in court already. Nnamdi Kanu is a stubborn man, and his own stubbornness is not like the usual. When he is on his right, he will do everything possible to stand. Let me tell you, if Nnamdi Kanu was most of your so-called politicians, they would have given up, or freedom fighters that we were seeing in this compensation recently, they would have given up on the Nigerian government, because both deals that have been given to him to give up on the struggle, he has refused to do that. So you must understand that this man is ready to take any bullet. He's ready to stay as long as possible. If you notice, he's not even in a hurry to leave anymore, because he knows that all eyes is on him first of all, and he knows that he is innocent in all the accusation. That is secondly, and he knows that he is the one holding the cards now. So the game is against the Nigerian government, and both internationally and locally, they are losing it straight up. So William Ruto has even come up straight up to tell them, if now war, now want, we are ready to give you people war. If war is what will bring justice for this man, we are ready to give you people that war. And that is why I will always say, Nigeria will always happen to some of you, because the country is a total mess first of all. Now they are seizing the asset of most Nigerians there, and assets worth millions and billions of dollars. They've also currently they've banned Nigerians from entering Kenya, just to just to bring out their claim and their stance in fighting for this justice. So all pressure currently is on the Nigerian government, and this pressure is just for them to do the right thing. And what is the right thing? Release Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. It will get to a point, I've said this 10 times without number, it will get to a point that the world, we have no other option than to come out and instruct the Nigerian government. When I mean the world, I mean the world powers. Countries like United States, they will come out and instruct the Nigerian government with immediate effect to release Nnamdi Kanu, or else they will be taken down immediately, because it has gotten to that level. And that is why Kenya have made the first move by standing their ground and telling the Zoo government, release Nnamdi Kanu immediately, or else you will face the consequences coming from us. Kenya, William Ruto have clarified that they are not scared of Nigeria, and you know that they are not scared of Nigeria. So let them release him, or else they will face the music of the Kenyan people. Now, sorry before my mouth. Now, let us go into the issue that actually transpired in court and why I feel strongly that Nnamdi Kanu is going to beat the Nigerian government hands down on the issue that is actually trending concerning this case. Make sure you share this video to as many groups and platforms as possible.
Breaking news. Nnamdi Kanu refuses to enter his defense, withdraws the list of 23-man witnesses he earlier submitted, as he insists he has no case to answer. Hear the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel /television this very moment. Today's date is 27th of October 2025, and I have breaking information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from wherever you are all over the world. Dear friends and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people. Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has refused to enter his defense and subsequently withdrew the 23-man shortlist of witnesses that he submitted to Justice James Omotosho, as he equally insisted once again that he has no case to answer. So we are going to go through the news in details, and as you can see, I will be reading from one of the Zoom media platforms, Sahara Reporters, and according to their title, they said, IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu declines to enter defense, insists no case against him. You can see the day 27th of October, this is today. Kanu, who had earlier filed a formal application to summon witnesses in his defense, told the court that the decision was no longer necessary since, in his words, no competent charges exist against him. The detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has withdrawn his earlier decision to call witnesses in his ongoing trial before the Federal High Court in Abuja, insisting that there are no legitimate charges against him. The development occurred on Monday during the court session where Kanu, who is standing trial on terrorism-related allegations, told Justice James Omotosho that after a careful review of the prosecution's case file, he concluded that the Nigerian government had failed to establish any valid charge to warrant a defense. Kanu, who had earlier filed a formal application to summon witnesses in his defense, told the court that the decision was no longer necessary since, in his words, no competent charge exists against him. The Biafran leader argued that he had been subjected to an unjust process and that the evidence tendered by the prosecution did not in any way prove the allegations brought against him by the Nigerian government. In response, Justice Omotosho advised Kanu to put his new position into writing and formally serve it on the prosecution team, noting that it was crucial for the court record. The judge further suggested that Kanu seeks legal advice from criminal law experts to fully understand the implications of his decision to forgo a defense. The court subsequently adjourned the matter to November 4th, 5th, and 6th to allow both the defense and the prosecution to file their final written addresses before judgment. Recall that Kanu earlier named former Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, Abubakar Malami, and several prominent Nigerians as witnesses in his ongoing terrorism trial. Okay, we shall see. Those also listed include the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, former Minister of Defense, General Theophilus Danjuma, retired, former Chief of Army Staff, General Tukur Buratai, retired, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma. Others named are Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, immediate past Governor of Abia State, Okezi Bazo, former Director General of the National Intelligence Agency, NIA, Ahmed Rufai Abubakar, and former Director General of the Department of State Services, DSS, Yusuf Bichi. So, this very matter now has entered into a different level. You understand? Which, I'm going to say my own opinion here. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows it all better than me, especially in this very case. So, what I'm going to say now is my own opinion. First of all, we all know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case to answer. That is number one, which is exactly what he's standing on right now. Right? So, withdrawing the 23-man list that he has submitted to Justice James Omotosho would have been a slap on the faces of the Zoo government. You understand? Because people like Nyesom Wike, Dave Umahi, Chukwu Boratai, the Lagos State Governor, Sanwo-Olu, I would have loved to see people like this, standing in the court, even though that they are so-called serving ministers and governors, apart from Buratai. I would have loved them to stand in the court to answer queries thrown at them by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because I know that the level of their, intellect, the level of their education, the level of their knowledge is very, very poor, that they cannot be able to stand the questions that will be thrown at them by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself. So I would have loved to see that very drama unfold. But albeit, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows it better than me. He has made a decision which is right because he has no case to answer. This is number two. Then number three is that, my own opinion, I would have loved Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to ask Judge Omotosho. In fact, the case would have been not to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or not even for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to stand defense. You understand? The case would have been a trial on the Nigerian government and DSS, because Justice Omotosho would have conducted trial against the government, because the government has a lot of questions to answer. How Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appeared in the Zoo court. You understand? That would have been the main case. This case wouldn't be Mazi Nnamdi Kanu defending himself. It would have been the Zoo defending itself. Abubakar Malami would have been able to tell us how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was brought back to Nigeria. Because that would have illegally opened the buttocks of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom government. It would have legally solidified all the allegations of crimes against humanity, human rights abuses, including sponsoring terrorism and kidnappings, which is what the Nigerian government is doing, and they know how to do it best. So I'm talking about my own opinion, but Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows better. Maybe this is the best way to go about it, and I support him wholeheartedly, 100%, because in reality, truth be told, to cut the whole matter short, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case to answer. Somebody who uses microphone and say, "Let my people go," has never committed any offense. No matter how you try to, fine-tune it, no matter how you try to turn the truth upside down, he has no case to answer. No case whatsoever. And when the DSS brought their own witnesses, they made it very clear to the whole world that when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was arrested in 2015, they did not see any incriminating thing or any item that is against the law or contraband, in his possession. They made it very clear, it's on record. So any other thing they are talking about, microphone, all those things are not a crime. You can never imprison somebody for having a microphone. You understand? Or for speaking. These are realities. You can't imprison anybody for speaking in a democratic dispensation. It's not possible. You understand? So there is no case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Maybe he knows that is the best way to go about it. I have no case to answer. So this is my own opinion that I just said, but what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did is the best way to go about it, the shortcut to end it all. I have no case to answer, and there's no need of defending anything, because if I do not have any case to answer, why should I defend myself? You understand? This is the best way to go about it. Thank you, my people. To salo numozia and make it go viral.
Anybody standing in trial or coming to try me is a terrorist. That's what their law says. Section what me? Section 2, subsection 3F of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. That's what it says. Any court considered to try me is committing an act of terrorism. Yes. Very clear. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then come to try that very person. Is not done anywhere in the world. So you must be aware of that. So that is why there is all these ridiculous delays. That is what Supreme Court said. I did not jump in. My home was invaded. They came to kill me and I survived. They came to Kenya to kidnap me, brought me back to this country and seeking to try me, which the law says cannot happen. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then hope to stand on that illegality to conduct a trial. Is not done anywhere in the world. I'm having my case.
All right, good morning to all Biafrans. How you guys doing? Trust you guys enjoyed your weekend, yeah? All right, I saw this news that General Christopher Musa has been sacked, you know, from being the CDS, the Chief of Army Staff of Nigeria. You know, I told Christopher Musa this, that he's a very intelligent man, no doubt. He's very smart and, you know, he is indeed a very interesting man to be around. When you watch his composure of, you know, speech, when he's talking to people, when he's addressing the public, he's very smart. He's a very smart guy. But let me tell you the truth. I told you this and you persisted in not wanting to listen to us because you feel that we are social media errats. Yes, I know that's what you think. But the truth remains that there is no honor among thieves. Tinubu is a criminal, a thief, a drug lord. That guy is ruthless, and I'm telling you the truth. He's a ruthless politician, and we have seen what he has done in the southeast and currently doing to the whole Nigeria, paying deaf ear to every insurgent and every complaint of the citizens of Nigeria. And this is why we kept on shouting, calling that Tinubu is a known criminal. Do not associate yourself with Tinubu. Tinubu will make a mess of you. After using you, he will dump you. And today, the reality is staying on your face. And this goes to all our brothers and sisters who is sabotaging the struggle, the freedom of this Biafra movement. All of you. Now, I'm very sure that after using Bianca Olo, that Tinubu will throw her away, because when his time expires, he's going to dust all these people away. Now look at what happened. A whole Christopher Musa that is always calling Finland, always at the National Assembly, addressing the word of what Simon Ekpa is doing. They used you and now they have dumped you. You can see it now. Simon Ekpa still remains relevant to the heart of Biafrans. But you are no more relevant because number one, you started the insecurity in the southeast. Number two, you rolled all your military to the southeast to unalive the Biafran citizens. Today, it is your turn. And I'm telling you, all of you that thinks that because you are trying to impress your paymasters, that you are going to succeed with Biafran name, you are going to always go down the drain. And for the new Chief of Army Staff, is it the CDS? Ola Femi Oluwode, if you bring your army to the southeast, I'm telling you, you will go down the drain as well, the way Christopher Musa went. If you fight Biafrans or unalive any Biafrans, my brother, you're not going to find it funny with us. We have dragged Musa until he is no more. Today, Tinubu has fired him. Olufemi Oluwode, please, I am not begging you, but I'm telling you, remove all your terrorist army. In fact, let's assume that you just assumed office. Let's just believe that you don't know what is happening. Tell all your military to leave Biafran land. Biafra is now a sovereign nation, and those soldiers are standing on a sovereign soil. So tell them to back the hell off from our land. The ones that Soludo brought, tell them to back away, so that we will not have any conflict, so that you can, you know, protect Nigeria in peace. Olufemi Oluwode, if that is your name, please, we are begging you, remove all Nigerian terrorist army from Biafran land. Again, Biafrans, I want you all to understand that this thing is turn by turn. Anybody where you reach in turn, you go collect. Secondly, the case of Nnamdi Kanu, our supreme leader, will completely dissolve Nigeria and destroy Nigeria. this evil that the DSSS, you are using DSSS to do to our leader, is going to destroy Nigeria. And the release of Nnamdi Kanu will soon, it will soon manifest. The release of Nnamdi Kanu is coming. So do not listen to anybody telling you Nnamdi Kanu was supposed to spend 20 years in detention. Nnamdi Kanu is this and that. Do not listen to them. These people were paid by the Nigerian government to come and demoralize your spirit, to come and put fear in us to leave Nnamdi Kanu. You can see, when they tell you 20 years, you just think of it and like, oh, you'll be paralyzed, demoralized, and what then do? You just give up and say, well, that one nahin sabi. That is what they are trying to put in us. I told you these guys were not genuine. I told you that they are not genuine. But let me tell you one thing again about Nnamdi Kanu. That guy was sent from God to deliver Ndi Igbo. But the stupid thing about it is that Igbo people are not smart to utilize the opportunity that they have. That is the simple truth. That is the simple truth. All of you that support evil, that supported evil, now turn by turn. It is Ogenkere yesterday. Now today is Adadi Orama. You will soon get tired and they will kick you out. There is the time you will stay. The whole thing, the money, everything that they are giving you will get expired and you will be discarded. That is how Nigerian works. Christopher Musa, we told you, go and serve Nigeria and come back in shame. Are you not ashamed of yourself today? Can you travel to the international communities now? Can you go to Canada? Can you go to United States of America? Tinubu has rubbished you and dumped you. Are you not seeing it? When we told you people that Tinubu is a ruthless politician, you think we are joking. He's a drug lord. You think we are kidding. A man that cannot travel to United States of America. Again, I'm hearing the rumors that Omotosho has resigned. That rumor might be true. I don't know until today, which is 27th day of October. When our leader Nnamdi Kanu surfaces in court, then we will know the next thing. If that is true, it might be number one, that is scared because America will ban him for, involving himself in illegality, because nobody in Nigeria is going to try Nnamdi Kanu. Knowing the fact of how he was brought back to Nigeria, that fact alone, that you extraordinary rendition the man, or rather went to a country and kidnapped a man and extraordinary renditioned him, have destroyed your legal battle with him. That is the truth. So again, the second one might be that the international lawyer, according to how the judges, according to how it was stated in the statement, called him and told him, this case that you are trying to go into will destroy your reputation, because no honor among thieves. If you finish serving Nigeria, you will come back in shame, because all of them are very shameless politicians. Tinubu is a very shameless man. Wike is a very shameless man. What is his name? The former attorney of Federation, Abubakar Malami, is a very shameless man. Shameless. All of them are very shameless. And I know that they can never come to that court. The only man that they fear in Nigeria now is Nnamdi Kanu, who has destroyed Nigeria with the simple truth. And that is why we are here. That is what we, Biafran, the genuine Biafrans, are doing. So, on this note, Tinubu, one thing I'll have to tell you is this. The refusal of releasing Nnamdi Kanu will actually destroy your political career. Destroy you, destroy your family, and destroy everything that you have in totality. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. Today, Christopher Musa, you don't see him now. So wait till we talk, don't come to pass. You're a very intelligent man, very smart. But look at how they used you and dumped you. They will use you to climb. When it's time for you to climb to your next level of success, they will throw you away. They will discard you. That is how Nigeria works. People of one Nigeria. Only one Nigeria. Christopher Musa, now your turn today. Biankolo, wait for your turn, because we will not accept you back in Biafran land for what you did to Simon Ekpa in Joko. But again, I want Amnesty International to arrest Christopher Musa. I want the ICC to call him for the genocide that happened in the Southeast. These are all our plea, because if these people continue to go scot-free, the next person, like this Olufemi Olewode or whatever his name is, will continue from where Christopher Musa stopped. So that there will be fear. He has finished serving. There is no immunity. So he's subject to arrest. He's subject to come and answer for the people that he unalived in Biafran land. And how he got Simon Ekpa where he is today. He's meant to come and speak. Thank you, Biafra. Biafrans, we will continue to hammer it on their head. These people, they don't deserve your respect. They don't deserve any good thing from Biafrans. Thank you, and may God bless you people. We'll wait until the court proceeding of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.